Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I want to give you a comprehensive item list to stock up on for preparation for patch 7.3 and of course after the patch has launched. So this list is going to contain endgame materials for crafters and gatherer gear, also for food and pots for both crafters and gatherers, as well as materials for making more purple and orange scripts for more condensed solution and of course the grip gel equivalent. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of items on this list for you guys to store away in your retainers, on yourself, or even your chocobo saddles. So let's go over the legendary materials first. The first thing you're going to be needing to get is octahedrite ore. Next, the raw rhodochrosite, cordia logs, Yyasulani coffee, and the pigment. You need at least enough to make at least 74 octahedrite nuggets. Mostly blacksmith makes the tools anyway, so I'm pretty confident about that number. 17 rhodochrosite, 29 leathers, 28 cloths, and 39 lumber. So take that number and kind of go a little bit overboard. As for the condensed solution, 117. It also includes 117 of the new sands that are going to be coming out. I'll try to make a video on that as soon as the patch goes live. This way you guys know where to get it. There should be one for botanist, one for miner, and then 2 for fisher. Spearfishing and then normal fishing if they go that route. But I'll make sure to find that ASAP. Now for the heliometry tomestones materials, you need the coke, the preservatives, the skin, the pelt, and the abrasive. To know how much you'll need, you're going to be taking 2, because you need 2 materials times the amount of items I told you to make. And that's you'll get your number. But of course make sure you double that just to be careful. And of course to sell them if you don't need that much, obviously. Now the other ones that we don't know about right now are going to be the new items that are going to be gatherable. There should be 2. Last one was the tree bark and the zoisite, I believe, to make the alkahest and of course the zoisite material. So we don't know what they're going to be, but they're most likely going to need 4 per recipe. And as you can see, you're going to need 1 solution and then 1 of the new aethersands. So I believe you'll need at least 67 of the new materials. So that's going to be 268 for, I believe, the alkahest equivalent. And then for the other one, it's going to be 50 and 200 of the materials, but that's just speculation at this point. Once we get the materials, we'll know exactly how many to make, but that's going to give you an idea of how many you guys should be stocking up on when we get the new items when the patch drops. So that's going to be what you'll need for the legendary materials. Also remember that you do need the folklore books, or the current ones that we have here, in order to actually get them. So make sure you have these books available. If you have not, get them now while you can. And now for the lesser stuff. So let's go over the purple and orange scripts. So my honest opinion will always be the tacos are the best ones because of the fact that you just need 2 dark rye flour and they always come in 3s when you make them. The white pepper and the garlic, you can get them yourself or have your retainer get them for you. The only problem is the Rroneek chuck. Now you're going to be needing a crap ton of these because if you're going to be making food for yourself, which is the Rroneek steak, you're going to need a crap ton of these, plus if you're going to be making orange scripts for the condensed solution to sell. So make sure your battle retainer gets these while you get them yourself. Bicolored gemstones is your best bet, plus you can work on getting your demi-atmas if you haven't done that yet. If you don't want to do culinarian, your other options are carpenter, the walnut fishing rod, the black star, raw Kasnar ingots, and the walnut lumber. Other one is going to be blacksmith, the rarefied round knife, since none of these are monster drops. Armorer, same thing. Goldsmith, has no monster drops, so that's good. And leatherworker, weaver are basically going to be out. Alchemist I think also is going to be out because the brush does need monster drops for the ink, so I would say that you could ignore that. So those 3 you want to ignore, the rest of them are what I recommend, but culinarian is going to be my go-to. Now for purple scripts, you can easily go back to Endwalker and do these if you want, but if you want the most bang for your buck, you want to go with the level 99. because you need at least, I think, 500 purple scripts for the new material. So it's best to get as much as you can for your time. So the level 99 recipes are my go-to, and the stuffed peppers for me are the ones that I ultimately went with. If you see my last video, I also went with the greaves for armor, but also I went with the vitality gem drafts for alchemist for those. But that one I'll leave up to you. But I will make sure that all the items will be in a list in the description so you guys will know what to gather. Okay, because there's going to be too much to go over in this video, and I don't want to make it too long. So that is going to be for orange and purple scripts. So in 7.3 we'll be getting new food. So before we had in Walker the Dringa Biryani and the curry, which was gathering GP, CP, and control. Currently we have the ceviche, which was CP and craftsmanship, and the cloud sail meuniere, which was perception and gathering. So it's basically going to be the opposite. But right now, making these right now can be very helpful. If you want something more budget, I recommend the stuffed peppers and nasi goreng for gatherers, or the Rroneek steak for now. Once we knew the new recipes, then you guys can go over to those. But make sure you have those stocked up and ready to go. As for pot, you want the competent last, control second, but prioritize the CP. Remember that the control increase to 63 is not going to be helpful if you don't bypass the control breakpoint. Otherwise, you always will use the CP, which gives you an extra 27. I never ever see anybody using the extra craftsmanship because the food ultimately takes over that. So use your pot on CP. So in order, CP, control, and then a craftsmanship last, if those don't matter. So you will need the tumbleweed claws for the tisane, the wing blades for the control, and the shells for competent. So have your battle retainer, get those. So that is going to cover the materials that you need for both crafters and gatherer food, and of course the pots for crafters. And the last items are pretty obvious. Materia. If you're doing all 8-man tools for crafters, you're going to need double or quadruple because your RNG is most likely going to suck. If you're going with a relic, then you don't need as many. Okay, the relics are still going to be good compared to the crafter ones, so you don't really have to go with the crafted ones. You can go with the relic when those come out because you don't really need this gear until 7.4 anyway. And that goes the same thing with gatherers. Okay, but if you want to optimize yourself, of course you want to go with the crafted set. So quadruple or double, just in case. Then you can sell off because most of them should go up in price. As for crystals and clusters, try to max out at 9,999 and make sure that you diversify what you're making. This way you guys can evenly use what you have. Because if you're going to be doing a lot of scripts and endgame recipes, you want to make sure that you have enough for what you're making, because these here are going to be pretty high price on the market board, especially if you're trying to buy them in bulk. So try to diversify your inventory. Okay? So basically that was all you should be needing in order to prep for patch 7.3 for anything that you're going to be making in the future. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy prepping and good luck. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And the extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, if you ever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.